Oh, you guys are good.
Die hard.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is
everybody here?
Yeah.
Where's the die?
He's coming.
We could be anywhere, really. Yeah.
All right,
we could be
guys.
anywhere.
So, you know, every year we've been doing our Christmas party here at Seven Sirens, and I feel like every year it just keeps getting a little bit bigger. I mean, I don't see anyone I don't know in this bar right now, so it's pretty awesome to see. Thank you guys for coming out today. And, you know, we got a bunch of promotions to do today. As always, a ton of the guys are here. A ton of the guys aren't here, of course, so I'll have to get them during the week. But I think we're going to start it off with the blue belts. I got one or two to do from our Allentown school. Our first one, this guy's been training for a long time. Probably should have gotten promoted already, but, you know, he's here today. So, Jeff Stauffer.
Let's go. Congrats, bro.
Money Goldberg! Money Goldberg!
Money.
He kind of does. He kind of does, I'm saying. Does he wear socks?
You want to go, Renee?
Oh, I thought you were going to do that.
Oh, okay. We got one more from Allentown. Another guy, been training way too long to still be a white belt. Guy's coming in morning class, training all the time. Brian Moore.
Allentown's finest! Allentown's finest! Hey, your rash guard ship too. Yeah. Coming soon.
He knows that.
Congrats, bro.
All right, blue belt from Bethlehem, young guy, but he's been training for a while. A lot of arm bars, a lot of good competitions. Mikey Negro.
This guy's still in high school.
The kid! Barely legal blue belt.
Another one, young kid, but training a lot. I nowadays don't do buggy chokes, but this guy will. Dom.
My guy, congrats, bro. Hell yeah. That's it.
He was here. Bukowski!
He's drinking in the back. He's over there. I see him. I can't see him. I can see him.
Really?
Zach.
Yeah, I saw that
Get
here.
over here.
I saw the year.
Get over here. Come on, don't
All right. I think only one more, or two more from Bethlehem, or three more from Bethlehem. Can't count.
A lot of guys.
3 to the 4 to the
But
5.
another guy, young guy, training a lot. It's cool to watch people transform through jiu-jitsu. John Soley.
Oh, he's so svelte.
Bro, let's go.
So slim, so cut. So muscular. Oh, Jack.
Woo! Wearing Jordans.
Let's go. Abs. He's got abs.
All right, I guess I'm gonna keep going. Another one we have. Another guy, same thing. Young guy, been training a lot. Ty.
Dude, is everyone getting younger as they go through? How is it? Like
All these young guys.
All right, one or two more. This guy's training all the time, not only in beginner's class, but also advanced, and then coming to some competitions too. Tiago. insurance.
My guy.
Here every Friday. Every Friday night.
Yeah, one more. Last one, another guy. Works a lot. Still comes in, trains. Has gotten hurt, comes back. He's a dad. Brett the Revis.
Nice. So we got two from the North Gym too. Very proud of these guys. First one, Alex. Yeah. He's French. Congrats, bro. Hell yeah. Yes, sir. We got one more. Last one. This one's for the Sarge. Derek. Hell yeah. Let's go. The Frenchman and the Sergeant. That's how it goes.
Classic. Classic Frenchman and Sergeant.
Classic guys.
I got it. Go for it. All right, guys. I have one more. I have one to give out. Honestly, I could say that this person is probably hands down our most consistent.
Hey, everybody, listen up!
Yeah, shut up.
Hey, respect ready.
So, Krista, where you at?
All right, guys. So we got one purple belt to give out. We got other purple belts to give out, but of course they didn't show up. So that means they're ready for their purple belt. But the one that did show up, consistent morning class guy. He's been coming in a long time, putting in that work. And I think he surprises a lot of the night class guys when he shows up occasionally at night. But John Curley. Woo!
He's here somewhere.
He was.
I said
There he is. Hey, you heard me.
Jeremy, you son of a bitch. Had to do it. Fucker electric chaired me last week.
No way.
Yeah.
Not that hard.
Not that hard.
We're here with John, fresh purple belt. How old are you?
41.
41. Doesn't look a day over 26, guys. Look at this. What do you do for work?
I'm a salesman, bringing white collar stuff, a home office, hit the road once in a while.
2 kids?
Yeah,
One wife.
yes, that's right.
One purple belt now. So
Yeah, here it is.
yeah. What does this kind of mean to you? Like, how long have you been training? Set the scene for us a little bit.
So I've been training for 3.5 years, and I was hoping to get this today. I was looking forward to it. Try not to be too optimistic, get disappointed, but in a sport in a gym where we try to set ego aside and train humbly, you can't deny that we all have our own egos, and recognition, being promoted to the next belt is something that you can't fully set aside. So I've been kind of wrestling with that recently, like, am I worthy, am I not worthy? But at the same time, just trying to be present in the training sessions day to day. I've been kind of just like wrestling that back and forth. So, getting this here today is kind of like a moment of relief. Like, I could just not worry about it so much now and just really get back to training and focusing on the technique or the class that I'm in today, and not think about will I or won't I be promoted to the next level. Because it really should be more about the training and the progression than it is the belt. But again, it's hard to ignore. It's like the elephant in the room.
But at the same time, it's like so gratifying. But then for now, you know you're not going to get promoted to brown belt like in 2 months, right? So it takes the pressure off and allows you to just have fun.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of like this stamp of approval where like you're allowed to be, I don't know, like you're allowed to learn, and also just like steps you up into the next level of like who you are. Not, I don't know, to me belts have never always been like about jiu-jitsu, you know what I mean? It's been like, man, I'm like learning these things in jiu-jitsu that like are not just techniques, but they're like these concepts, and I can put them into my relationships, I can put them into my family, I can put them into my work, you know, and it's just so cool to like translate, like, because at blue belt, at purple belt, from black belt, like, we're talking about moves and concepts, we're talking about moves, momentums, and like, it keeps building on itself, right? And like, I think you're a really good example of that. You're somebody who trains consistently, doesn't care if he wins or loses, is there, like, good word you said is present, very present, and just go, hey, I got work before this, I got family after this, these 2 hours I'm here, I'm locked in, you know? So I think it's so nice getting a belt and like getting to that next level and just like growing from there, you know? So I don't know, it's just so cool though to like not have any pressure on your game and just like grow in different, hey, next 6 months, you know what, I might top, like your top position, amazing. But next 6 months, fuck it. I'm a purple belt now. I'm just gonna play like off for 6 months. You know what I mean? Like you get to like research and develop, because like the next belt is always like more of the whole game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I do feel like I want to live up to what it means to be a purple belt. There's residual pressure in that way. Like when I met Jose, he was a purple belt. When I met Jimbo, he was a purple belt. And there are a few others that, man, when I was a white belt and I went against those purple belts, they were hammers. And they would, after the roll, help me out, coach me up, give me advice. And, you know, I have to carry that legacy that they see, of how to conduct themselves as a purple belt. I can't just be like, well, I am and it's over.
Right. Yep.
It's something to live up to.
Yeah. And being older, having a family, having a job, you still competed.
I mean, I guess a lot. I think I've done 3 opens. I just signed up for the one January 31st.
How did the last one go?
Good. 2 quick matches, 2 subs in a minute or so. Just.
What do you think led to that? Like, how do you get to good competition? Like, how do you get to that? You know?
Well, I mean, my first competition was like a disaster. It was just totally sporadic and very tense, and made a lot of mistakes and getting swept and getting beaten by somebody who really wasn't very technical, just kind of smothered me. It was like very classic, like white belt match type of thing. But I had to go through that, and in order to get to be a little bit more composed. And then just, I mean, the last tournament was really just, you know, maintaining position over submission, which is something that's echoed a lot in class, and not giving up good position, and then just waiting for them to make a mistake and then capitalize on it. So it just come from a lot of practice. It wasn't really anything exotic. It was just the mantra and the lessons that they preach in the room.
Yeah. Favorite training partner?
Oh man, it's a tough one. Scott Harrington.
Nice, good answer. Favorite instructor? Go ahead.
After Renee, obviously. I mean, there are no bad instructors, but I will say this, and I've told you this before, enthusiasm to me is so magnetic and such an awesome characteristic, and nobody gets more excited when you show them a creative move than Jimbo.
Yeah.
So like you could show Jimbo some like weird bolo variation and he'll be like, oh my god, that's sick. And it makes you excited because he's excited about jiu-jitsu. So I do like that about Jimbo, but there are no bad instructors.
You haven't traveled that much, but you traveled a little bit. What would you say is like different between other gyms and ours?
Well,
from your perspective.
Yeah. I mean, It's still casual and it's still fun, but there's a more of a focused intensity at finishers in 10th Planet Bethlehem than I've seen at other gyms. You know, there's it's still, you know, like, so there's hobbyists and there's competitors, but even the hobbyists, the finishers, are really dialed in and focused and excited and have that enthusiasm about jiu-jitsu, whereas other people at other gyms that I've gone to, you can tell they're really just there to burn calories, or I don't know, their HIIT class was canceled. And I feel more focus and intensity, and they take it more seriously. Not that they conduct themselves more seriously, like it's still, again, very fun.
Focus intensity is the perfect word.
Yeah. Focus. There's just more, you know, and it starts from the top. Like I always tell Zach, like I appreciate the culture and the tone that he sets for himself and for the gym, and I think there's a reason why it's a beloved school in the area.
Yeah. Yes. Last question. What advice would you give to your white belt self today?
Chill out.
What does that mean?
I used to go a little too hard, for sure, and I used to, like, the only levers you have to pull in the beginning are like strength and intensity.
Yeah.
And because you don't have a catalog of moves to call on.
Yeah.
And it's okay to lose. It's okay to get beat. It's okay to get stuck.
It's not okay to lose, guys. It's not okay to lose.
I mean, in training, if you're trying, if you're trying to like work on a move that is new to you, it's okay to try and fail and like get swept, and you don't have to use all of your silverback gorilla strength and like try to stay on top, because you actually learn faster and get better faster if you focus on technique and set aside strength and intensity, because that strength and intensity will always be there when you have the moves, the catalog of moves to call them.
Yeah, and I think failing, like for example, I always tell my students, like, hey, like you can go this way, this way, this way, or this way, and maybe like 2 other ways. Like 4 ways, 5, 6 maybe. If you go this way and you get fucked up, you're like, huh, what's the next way? And just learning like that, and I think like the ecological approach, like where we do like a lot of life situations and constraints and stuff, I think that teaches you so much, and just not being scared to try things. It's so huge to your own growth and stuff, because not everything works right off the bat. You know what I mean? Like, even though the level of technique that we've dialed from our learning from high level people to competition to everything, still not going to work perfectly right off the bat.
Yeah. Well, it might fail a dozen times before it works, and then it could eventually be a money move. You got to be patient and see where your style takes you. But if you don't allow yourself to fail, you'll never go down that path. I would tell my white belt self, chill out, relax.
So chill out, white belts, okay? Chill out. But thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you
so much.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Catch you on the next one.
Jimbo! Hey, listen up. Ricky's got one more brown belt, I think, but you guys know Jimbo. He does so much for the gym, honestly.
Yeah, Jim.
We couldn't do it without him. You know, we couldn't do it without him. And anytime me and John and Ricky and everybody's out there competing, he's right there with us. You know what I mean? Jimbo, everybody, let's go.
Chama.
I love
Congratulations, love you so much. All right, what in this moment does getting your brown belt actually mean to you? What does it mean to you?
I mean, it means everything. When I first started jiu-jitsu, I was put on probation. I barely graduated high school. I flunked out of community college, you know. I didn't know the value of hard work, and jiu-jitsu taught me all about it. Jiu-jitsu taught me the importance of discipline, grinding at something every day, day in, day out, to get the results that you want. And It's just so overwhelming. I can't believe it. I'm so thankful for jiu-jitsu, and I'm just so thankful for our gym and for our community. And I don't know where I would be without jiu-jitsu. I scare myself thinking about it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure. What do you think was something that clicked at purple belt? Like, when did you learn something at purple belt that you were like, wow, now I'm ready to be a brown belt? Maybe it happened at a different tournament or something, or like a corner you turned that you were like, wow, like this is like, I don't know. For example, like for me observing you, it could be the one time that you called me that you were like, dude, you're not going to Essential, John's not going to Essential, should I drive? I'm like, why wouldn't you drive? And you were like, oh, I can get after.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was like, in a small turning, right? But it's like a big turning point where like, holy, nobody else is in charge of my dreams. I'm in charge of my dreams, right? And like, just those journeys to Essential are like truly spiritual in the way where like, you know what I mean? Like,
and honestly, like, that's what I was gonna say. Like, when I started going to Essential, like that's really what like that shit leveled me up so much, and like not even like just jujitsu skill, but like the concept of like the positional game and like fighting for points. Like if you're not good at that, like you're probably really not that good at jiu-jitsu. You have to be good. Like if you want to be a guard guy, you have to be good at sweeping and getting on top. And when you're on top, you have to stay on top. You have to stay on top. You have to pass guard. You can drop back on leg locks every now and then, but being on top and in a dominant position is the most important thing. And position before submission. I think that's the biggest thing that I hear.
Shout out JT Torres.
Let's go.
Chaz,
Shama,
Andrew,
JT, Chaz,
Marcus,
Ethan, Marcus, all of them.
too many. Coach
John Pico, Coach John, all you guys.
Everybody. We would not be. I would not be where I am without you guys. And you've helped all of us so much. We love you guys so much. Essential Hit Squad, 22 GZ in the building. All right. Last question. What's one mistake you wish you stopped making sooner? What's something that like stepping into this new belt you really want to like not worry about emotionally, but you want to solve? What's something you're looking forward to like this maturity that brown belt's going to bring to you?
Just getting more comfortable competing and just really like going out there and keeping my and learning how to keep my composure out there the same way that I can in the training room. I think everybody knows my skills and sees it in the training room and stuff, and now I just need to really get out there and compete. I'm going to start competing more than I ever have this year, even though I already do compete a lot, even more so. And so I can really start replicating the stuff that I do in the training room out on the competition mats.
Yeah. Bro, I believe in you so much. I'm so excited to see this.
I love you so much.
Next level of your life, and I don't know. To me, like when I got my brown belt, I was like ready to take on the best guys, but at the same time, I was like, I knew I already deserved it. I know that you already deserve it. I just hope like tomorrow you wake up and you feel it. You feel like you deserve it, and you feel like you deserve to be there. And you look at the game as the game, right? It's like right now. You've been developing your guard. Hey, we need to work on wrestling. Hey, we need to work on. It's all reps. It's all just number thing, So I believe in you, like looking at all that stuff, and I think you've like matured so much in the last 2 years with how you teach and how you show up and how you just interact as a whole. So I'm really proud of you right now. But I'm so grateful to like be a part of like your journey and be there for you. So just love you so much.
I love you too.
My brown belt. This guy, I go way back with him. I don't even know how many years he's been training. I know that he was a white belt mad long. He was a blue belt mad long. Right now he's a purple belt mad long. Like more, whatever.
Stupid long.
Stupid long. I can't even tell you. Xavier, where you at?
Is that it? Ricky, you got something?
Let me double check.
No, I think we're good.
So So yeah, guys, I just want to thank everybody for coming out. I think this past year, it was 2025, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 2025. I think it was obviously a huge year for us. A lot of changes, but I find myself sometimes like I was at my son's Christmas party type thing, and I was talking to a random family. You know, one guy's, we were talking, they were asking about the Jake Paul fight. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna check myself out this one. And the guy was like, oh yeah, I want to start getting my kid into jiu-jitsu. I was like, oh snap, this is where I come in. And then my wife always busts my chops because I don't like to boast a lot, so I don't always tell like, oh yeah, I'm one of the owners of the gym or whatever. So I'm just like, yeah, I do jiu-jitsu. And she's always like, tell them you're like good and stuff, you know? I'm like, yeah, we got a big gym and everything, and you know, you guys should come through. And he was like, all right, where are your gyms at? And I almost forgot to mention a couple of the gyms. I'm not gonna say which ones. I was like, well, yeah, we got Bethlehem, Allentown, and I'm like, there's a couple of them. And they're like, oh yeah, actually we have friends that live in, you know, Lansdale or something. I'm like, oh shit, there's a gym there too. You know what I mean? So it's been pretty crazy that, and look at this, like I know a couple of guys brought up. Yeah, let's go. A couple guys brought up, like usually we only take over one section, but this time we took over the whole damn place. You know what I mean? So that's pretty cool to see. And I feel like too this year, like I started competing again. I know like Ricky's been out there. I saw Quinn just competed, and a lot of people that were kind of like out the game for a while, I saw kind of come back and start competing and training more, which is huge. Like jiu-jitsu is one of those things where we actually want people to train. Like you sign up and they disappear. Like where the hell did this guy go? We want you to come in and get good. We want you to train with us. And I think you know, for me, you know, competing wise, I mean, I want to win, obviously, right? I still have somewhat of an ego. I want to go out there and do my thing. I'm sure the rest of the guys do. But to see John come back after those injuries, and then for me, like him still having me be one of his coaches and stuff and be there for him is super huge. And it was the best vacation I've ever had. Like I was in Florida with my family. One day we're going to Mario Brothers. The next day he's winning trials. I was like, shit, I better start playing the lottery. I don't know if I'm gonna lose coming up, you know. But it was huge, right? And because of that, like I started thinking about myself and the other guys and stuff, and you know, not to give it away, but I was looking at people's competition records. Some people keep records of stuff, and they showed it. A couple people showed it to me, like, hey, I did this or did that, and they kind of had a losing record last year, but they didn't stop. They kept coming, and now they turned it into a really awesome, not just record, but career. And I'm very proud to give out my second female black belt to someone who never quit, Laura. Real quick, because I don't want to give it away, right? But it has not just about competitions, but me and her, obviously, we talk about her comps all the time. And, you know, there were some years where, I mean, I know I had some horrible, I don't want to look back at some records I had at some of the belt levels where I was just getting smoked on the reg, you know? But she had a couple rough years, but now turned it around to medaling at Worlds, competing against not just like random chicks too. Like if she goes against some random, she's murdering them. Like even some of the footage we were like, yeah, maybe not put that one up. You know what I mean? You destroyed that girl, right? But now she competes and consistently competes against some of the best in the world and became the finishers champ, which is huge. And not many women stick around long enough to get the purple belt, let alone get your black belt. Super huge.
I will try and talk without crying, but more important than my black belt is this team to me. This was not like just the first jiu-jitsu school that I Googled and showed up at. I actually got my blue belt from like a really shitty gi school 2 hours away. And I found this school, you know, and I believed in them from the very beginning when it was just 10th Plane at Bethlehem and like before John was winning all his shit. And like, honestly, people kind of really didn't know about us, but I believed in this squad. And for 2.5 years, I drove 4 hours round trip to train as much as I could. I moved my whole life out here. I gave up my condo. And yeah, this is my life, so. Lucky being here, and I want you all to understand how special Zach is, and John, and Renee, and Brittany, and all the people that run these schools, and just what we've created here. It's really one of the best schools you could ever train at.
East Coast.
What's up, guys? Renee Sosa here, 10th Planet Black Belt, along with
Laura Kemp, also
Planet.
10th Planet Black Belt.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Weird to say.
Yeah, cool way to end the year, right? Like 2025. All right, what do you feel like, right? You shared like some of your like driving and stuff like that. What was like one of the hardest parts of your journey that you got that like helped get you here? Like what's something that was your why along this journey that like really like resonates to you and is like something that like you're tired or hurt or you lost a bad match and you're like, I'm going back tomorrow, I'm gonna train again. Like, what's another thing that like helps you kind of stay motivated in those tough moments?
What helps me stay motivated? Honestly, just because I love it. Like, it's funny because getting my black belt, I never thought that there was any alternative to that because quitting was just like never really a thought in my mind.
Yeah.
I've been more focused, I guess, on my competition performance than like moving up in the ranks because I knew timeline-wise, if I just didn't quit, I would always get to black belt eventually. Actually, it's funny because 5 years ago, Elvira got her black belt, and she posted about overcoming like a knee surgery and all this kind of stuff. And I like posted her little black belt speech. It was basically like, you know, I don't care how long it takes. Like, I know I'm gonna be a black belt someday because I'm just never gonna fucking quit. And like, here we are. Yeah,
that's cool. So cool. And I've seen her evolution of being like, I think we're all nervous messes before we compete, but now like you're like chill and like locked in. And it's like learning that zone of like how to compete, right? And overcoming yourself, overcoming like how many times have we talked about our fears or anxieties or right? And like to just be not just like in a step forward of like progress in that, but true growth. You know what I mean? Like true growth where like what Zach said, you're literally fighting the best girls in the world.
Yeah.
Like it's like same stuff I've had. It's like, oh, I've lost for the last 4 years. Who have I fought, right? It's like the same thing. Over time, our journey keeps lifting us up. So like, it's so cool to see your like journey to be so high. I think one of your whys too is like in the community, right? Like how much you serve the community. Like maybe like mention something about the women's camp and what that kind of like, how that's kind of like, I don't know, been a different channel for you. Like, what does that represent to you? What is creating that women's class? What is that? You know?
I've tried to be a leader for the women because I felt like I didn't really have one when I was coming up through the ranks. So yeah, I guess I've just tried to kind of be like the mentor or welcoming person, especially encouraging other women to compete. That's been like really important to me. So the more time I put into the women's community and the more time that I put into competing myself, it just kind of sets the example to make other women be like, hey, losing isn't that bad. Maybe it's not that scary. Like I can compete too, that kind of thing. And just growing the women.
So what advice would you give for women that are like starting jiu-jitsu, like simple kind of thing, like advice for women starting jiu-jitsu at 10th Planet Bethlehem or around, like what would you like, what's an advice you'd say? Makes them feel more comfortable or I don't know, how can you do that without being, how can you give them advice without it being actually you know?
It's all about the culture whenever it comes to the gym that you're going to. you know, if there's Oregon women that train there, if they have a free women's class, if it's stuff like that, you'll kind of see the environment, find your people. My first jiu-jitsu gym was not my people. It took me until blue belt before I found finishers and like really started to feel like I fit with the community.
And then also like finding the community within local, like for example, it's like how many girls do we have trained at school? Like, not that many, but in between all the women's camps, how many girls are there around, right? So it's like finding that camaraderie, getting into group chats, right? Like, different things like that. And like, hey, can we just coordinate when we can go together or whatever, you know? Last question is, what excites you most about this next chapter? Like black belt now next year, IBF black belt, like, you know, what excites you about it?
Really not that much changes as far as my competitions because I've already been doing like a lot of, you know, like the ECC trials, stuff like that. IBJJF will obviously change. What excites me is I think a lot of people get to black belt and kind of like feel like they've made it or like slow down and decide to
the opposite, right?
Yeah, I want to like keep it up with competing, keep doing, you know, all of the hardest comps that I can, and basically just keep going until the wheels fall off.
Yeah. No, I felt the opposite. When I got to black belt, I was like, wait, I don't even know how to pass. You know what I mean? I was like, now I have to really know this stuff like a black belt. Damn.
Next level.
100%. So proud of you. Congratulations. Love you so much.
I still remember the day she told me that too. I was like, where do you live at? You train here now or what? And she was like, I live 2 hours from here. I was like, what? You're driving 2 hours? I'm like, shit, I better really be sure where I'm But yeah, thank you guys again. I'll leave it up if these guys want to say anything else, but I appreciate you guys all from the bottom of my heart, and we're just going to keep it going. I mean, I feel like bigger and better things for everybody this year, and you know, despite what's going on in the world and country and shit, like we just got to keep going out there and doing it for ourselves. And I mean, who knows? Magic can happen. I mean, I can't even believe we're here, you know, let alone doing all this stuff. So if you guys want to say anything else?
Oh man, just excited to see what 2026 brings with all you guys. Yeah. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, hell yeah. Cheers! Hey, let's go!
Chama.
Drinks are on Jimbo, let's go!